Hey, Helen. It's like I think there's two of you out there, and I don't know who the other one is. They're stealth listening. They're doing what I do. So I'm going to wait just a few minutes and see if anybody gets in here. Um, I don't know if, oh, see, that's probably a good time for you then. Hey, hello, how are you? My dogs always bark when I start talking to you guys because they think there's somebody here. It's okay, buddy. Um, Yeah, I thought I'd throw in a little bit of like the first, couple things you want to do before you even really start training a dog. Hey, Vlad, what's up? How you doing? Um, and I also wanted to just kind of see. I was going to try like a couple different time slots, see what people thought, because I'm flexible, somewhat. Like I have pickup hours and delivery hours. You know what I mean? So there's like a little bit of times in there that I couldn't do it. But I didn't know if morning, and I don't know, where everybody's at time wise either. Like Helen, you just said it's 8 there. So where are you? Are you? Where are you, Helen? I gotta do something. My notifications popping up right there too. Yeah, so it was a lot of fun last night. I had a really good time. It's so good to get to know all of you more. I know that Snafu is putting out a little thing today too, and I don't know what time it was going out. So I don't know if he was going live or just putting those up. I'm not sure. We all kind of did a little thank you thing for Adam. Okay, well, I don't know where, but 8 p.m. So that's 5 hours ahead. So you would be somewhere east. Hey, sweet Jenna. Did you get anywhere with that? I don't know. I don't know how to help you because I don't even really know what I'm doing. So there's that. I'm the one that gets help. No, it didn't work. How many subs do you have? Does it? I don't know. Does it matter for the stream, the web stream, how many subs you have? I don't know all the rules either. Like I wasn't one that read the rules. I just said I did. Northern Ireland. Okay. Oh my gosh, I bet that's beautiful. What is your weather there like right now? Is it cool? Hey, a name. Well, we're getting some people in here. Okay. Well, first things I was going to say was just like, and this isn't like if you get a new puppy, this is with any dog anytime. You can always, even if a dog is older, you can start curbing their behaviors that they have gained over the years. The real big thing, and it's like the same with kids. You have to be consistent. I tell my boyfriend all the time, if you do something once, better hope you like doing that because you're going to do it forever with a dog. They remember everything. They don't forget. And you could be away from your dog for 2 or 3 years. You come back, they're going to smell you one time and know exactly who you are. Dogs they remember shit. So if you do something once, you keep doing it. Don't think they're going to stop that. Yeah, they are so much like kids. That's why I can't leave them either. Like they'll destroy something. Um, but also, you know what I see a lot of, and I even did this to myself when I was younger to one dog I had, and it was because she was such a bitch. We lived in this development and we had little kids, and you know how little kids are coming in, leaving the door open and stuff, or even a crack. If she could get her nose in there, she'd be gone. And she was this great big chocolate lab, and we lived in this development where, of course, you had to have your dog on a leash, which we did most of the time, but things happen. And she actually tripped up this old lady that was walking with her little dogs, and it was kind of we actually had a criminal charge. My ex-husband and I did for a dog at large is what it's called. So I did beat her ass when I got her, and she came to me, and I did beat her ass. But when you call your dog, first of all, like my Levi, ever since he was a puppy, and you can start this anytime. That's what I'm getting at. You can start this anytime. I would call him, and every time I called him, that's harder for some people. I carry a pouch with treats. But also, don't start doing something and training your dog without being prepared. You should have those things that they want. Like you have to find out works for that dog. Some dogs it's food. Some dogs like this show dog I'm going to show you. He is about praise. Like the food, he does love food, but he is about the praise. Like he just wants to be loved, and he likes hands on. You know what I mean? So you have to do what works for that dog. And like when the dog does whatever you are asking it to do, whenever it does it, whether it's, sometimes it's going to be 10 minutes from now and then they're going to do it. You praise them. Oh my gosh, good, sit, yes, yay. And you act like a fool, and I do. I talk to them. Look, they understand every word you're saying to them. They sure do. They might not do it, but they know exactly what you're saying to them. So let me try to catch up in the chat, make sure. You're on a laptop too, Jenna? Then it should be the same. I don't get it. Who took legal action? A name? Love string cheese. What's going on, a name? I'm gonna wait for someone here. Hey, Scott. Scott, you should start a channel. You have a lot to say. You do. Do you put out videos, Scott? I haven't gone and checked. I feel bad. I should have. Oh yeah. They can. They can do that. They didn't take legal action, but they pressed charges, but they didn't like sue us or anything. Yeah, they did. Sure did. I thought that was something else. Yeah. Yeah, you're exactly right. Like I can tell Asher to get his Cooney. It's his little raccoon, and he's had that for we've always had a raccoon. Like they have that they have the same damn toys at Walmart. Oh, they're getting ready to play. They have the same damn toys at Walmart all the time. So I would replace his Cooney because he did pretty good with it for a long time, but then he did funny tear it up. But yeah, I also wanted to say too, and I said this on one of my other videos, but whenever you're going to train your dog, like on leash training, like to walk and stuff, and that's the other thing. That's one thing I think a lot of people have trouble with is leash training and making their dogs mind leash training. And I think I should go through that because even if you have an older dog or a younger dog, if you have to walk your dog, which a lot of us do, that pulling is so annoying. And that's something I will try to help you with too. And I want to say right now, like I am not the end all with dog training. I'm not. There's a lot of people that have a lot more knowledge than me. I just have collected what I've collected over the years from the handlers and the trainers that I've worked with, and trying to pass on what I know. And I think that's kind of what this family is passing on what we know. It's not like, oh, this is Laura said this, and then you don't. No, if you find other information that's better, then you use it. That's what we do in life. So anyway. Training a dog, you should always use a slip collar like this. You always put it on their neck so that the leash is coming out here. You want it to slip the other way. It kind of jigs up. Like if you're over here trying to pull you know what I mean? It kind of jigs up. So you want it to be facing the direction your leash is going. But these provide, like for heel training and for sit, they provide a good jerking mechanism. And you don't want that. The buckle collars are just like a constant pull. They're not a good jerk. You can't get a good jerk in there. And yes, there is some correction even in treat training. Keeping them where you want them to be and all that is still, you know what I mean? It's still leash training. So that was one of the things. And then don't calling them to you without having the reward in hand. And don't ever call them to you if they were doing something bad. Like they say they're digging a hole in the yard. And you call them and they come. And then you spank their ass for digging the hole. They think you're spanking their ass because they came. You know what I mean? If you want to spank their ass for digging the hole, you go get them in the hole and you spank their ass. And there is a time for spankings. It's just like kids, guys. You can't get everywhere with the treat and bribery. You can't. Sometimes they need to know if you go past this line, it's going to hurt. You know what I mean? Especially if you have a bigger dog like Asher. We're going up through a lot of stuff with Asher right now. He actually, even the other night, and I really do think, guys, that it is his way of communicating with me. I don't think that he would ever really bite me or anything, but this was serious. Like, I ate my dinner, and when I finished the last piece of my sandwich and didn't give him any, he growled. And then I said, "Who are you growling at?" And he growled again. So, I am having some trouble with him that I don't know what to do about. Like, we created this beast. That's what we did. You know what I mean? It's just like you say with your kids, like you created this beast. So I'm having to backtrack with him and do a little bit of side work, but I put him in his crate. That was a couple nights ago. I put him in his crate and made him sleep there all night. And that really hurts him because he loves, sleeping in the bed, of course. But anyway, I do have my own problems with my dogs that I sometimes don't know what to do about. And, sometimes I do use a correction collar. I mean, sometimes I get sick of telling you the same damn thing 50 times. And when I know you know what I'm talking about and you're just not doing it, that irritates me. Because I go out of my way to make sure they eat super good. And there was somebody I was talking to. Maybe it was Fringe Files. No, I'm not sure. About raw feeding the dogs. What do you guys think about that? And how many of you guys do that? You guys raw feed? Everybody, okay, hi, everybody. Hi. This is important shit, guys. Did any of you guys raw feed? I got 20 seconds. I should light a cigarette. Hey, Doomsday. Hey, what's up? Yeah, I shouted you out yesterday about that channel art. You know what's so bad, Doomsday Davy? Oh my God, you're going to laugh so hard. I can't get it the right size. When I try to post it to my channel, it says that it needs to be a different size. And I've tried to go within the parameters, and it doesn't seem to work either. So I don't know what I'm doing wrong. You know how illiterate I am. So don't make fun of me in the chat, because I will go back and read it. No, I'm just kidding. I won't. Go ahead. I make fun of me all the time. Yes, you're exactly right, Fringe Files. And you got somewhere with her there, didn't you? Especially dogs that are rescued. They know. I'm telling you guys, they know. They're not stupid. If they've had, especially if they've had to been fending for themselves, you think about it. All of a sudden, somebody takes them in and gives them this wonderful home. Like my daughter took in this dog, and my daughter is my one that went to college is a really good saver and all that. She has money. You know what I mean? She's really good about taking care of everything. And she's 24, so she's really responsible and everything. She's not with what's going on in the world, and she won't even get with it. But she's very responsible, and her dog is so cute. And she said, "Mom, it's just so good. It doesn't do anything wrong." And I'm like, "Jamie, it's so damn glad to have a good place to live." They know. Dry dog food scraps sometimes. Helen's that's what I do, Helen. That's what I do. But I'm thinking about going raw meat. Oh, you'll resend it and you'll adjust it for me. See, that's the kind of shit David did. I'm telling you, he's the one that suggested I really kind of go with the dog thing, and it just kind of seemed to fit with my nothing else to say. See, that's great, Fringe. Oh, she's a crazy hound. Does she have that hound bark? I have this one hound dog I babysit. He'll be here next week. You guys will get to see him. He's three-legged, but he's been like that from birth. So he's like, he gets around and everything, but he's a hound, and his bark is so great. He likes vegetables. But yeah, my dog will eat any kind of fruit. In fact, Asher will eat anything that Steve puts in his mouth. If Steve eats it, Asher will eat it because Dad eats it. It must be good, and I don't care what it is. But some things Levi will take and he'll be like, "Yeah, you guys, nah." But Levi likes like cantaloupe and stuff like that. I don't feed him any onions or grapes or garlic. That's the only things I really won't feed them. But I'm not going to throw away my scraps and then, feed them dog food that I know. I've been reading about dog food for you guys. I mean, not for you guys, for me too. But it's not good. Like they bake the shit out of that stuff, so it doesn't have any nutrients in it. That dry dog food, and then the wet food, it gives them diarrhea. I don't care what I have one dog that I watch that eats canned food, and she's constant with the diarrhea. I have to feed her pumpkin all the time, and maybe they don't all do that, but she does that. Aww. I'm glad you have that, French Files. I'm telling you, there's nothing like the love of a dog. I'm telling you. Aww. Sweet Jenna. She liked your dad. Yeah, I'm not. Hey, Frugal. I love your name. That is really a good name. I had such a hard time settling on a name, and then I hate that my name is like it doesn't flow when I do a video and say this is Laura, Florida Patriot 71. Jay Stone went with FP71, and freaking Snafu and Adam constantly get me mixed up with Central Florida Prepper. So they actually called me that the other night, and then Snafu did it today on the phone, and I thought, I hope he doesn't do that on the video. So I texted him real quick and said, make sure you say Florida Patriot. Oh, the dog lives on him. Oh, sweet Jenna. That's so good. Yeah, you know what? Sometimes you gotta let them, I feel like you gotta let them be what they want to be. Like whenever you're holding them back from doing something that's doggy, you know what I mean? Because you love them. Like it's easy to do that. That happened with that chocolate lab. I had somebody who had a farm that wanted her, and I was like, you know what? She needs exercise. She needs to run, and she wasn't able to. And she was in a kennel sometimes, so, you know, one of those chain link ones outside with gravel. And I don't like outside dogs. Like if you're gonna have an outside dog, we'll have a dog. I mean, I just feel like that's not having a dog. And of course, here in Florida, you couldn't do that anyway. But it was hard to let her go, but I did because I knew it was what's best for her. You know what I mean? You gotta do that. Really? Well, the two Fs. Yeah, you guys will have to do something separate. That, you know, like make them a real different. Florida. I mean, French fries and frugal. Man, I can't eat food. You messing me up. Solid gold dog food is the best I can get right now. Yeah. French fries. Do you use Chewy? I use Chewy and get my food delivered, and I just always try to get grain free. But now I'm hearing that you shouldn't buy grain free. You always want to discuss the difference between working dogs and house dogs. There is a big difference. I have a service dog that I watch, but she's emotional support and she's not very well trained. Her owner actually dropped her off today. I'm not real happy with the way he takes care, but that's not my business. But anyway, he dropped her off today and he said, if she shits on the floor, you rub her nose in it and spank her. I don't know why she's doing that lately. Oh my God, it's not my dog, but my freaking hair went up when he said that. Oh, usually it's, you do use Chewy? Yeah, I love them. Right to the door. Right to the door. And it's the best. I mean, you can get whatever you get on market, you can get there cheaper. Um, yeah. But yeah, there is a big difference between working dogs and people, you know, like when you see a dog out and it has a service, of course, there's a lot of dogs out right now in public places that have service dog vests on that are not service dogs. I mean, I'm sorry, they're not. Any dog that sits in a restaurant and begs for food or goes up to another working dogs do not socialize. They do not socialize and they don't eat on the job. What's Chewy? Chewy is a place that has all kinds of dog foods, all their like supplies. I get my nail clippers from them, my wipes from them. I'm actually going to do a dry shampoo thing for you guys. We're going to try it, see how it works, because I think dry shampoo would be a good thing to have on hand, you know, because you may have a time when you want your dog to stop smelling like shit when you leave, you know, leave your home or something. But yeah, so they deliver right to your door. It's really great. I don't know what I was saying before that, so that's what, I'm literally an idiot with an iPhone. Australian sheepdog. They are so smart. You're right. Have you ever watched a sheepdog really run and do their thing with the actual sheep? I grew up on a farm, and then my neighbor had, it was border collies actually, but same. I mean, you know, that same personality. We don't have that here. We have Petco. No, Buzz Beyond, it's online. Chewy.com. It deliver anywhere, dude. Well, I mean, you know, pretty much anywhere, I think. Purebred hounds. Mm-hmm. Yeah, frugal. Yeah, that's why I do it too, because all the dog foods are so smart. I'm so smart, so heavy. So I do. I have yeah, that is amazing. A name. Yeah, that's amazing. And I'm telling you, they will work until they're dead. You literally have to pull them off the sheep. They love doing it. That's why those breeds of dogs are like nippers at the ankles, because that's how they get the sheep to go. They nip them, and they're just super smart. And I mean, I would watch that lady, and she'd be at her house, and the dog would be out in the field. You know, I'm talking yards, a football field. As long as he could see her hand go up and go out or down or whatever she did, if that dog could see her, he did that shit. And I mean, it was unbelievable. Red tick hound. Oh, you gotta love those kind of freebies. How about it? Yeah. So anyway, it sounds like most of you guys probably know just as much, if not more, than I do. We didn't get anywhere on the raw food, though, did we? Do you guys want me to try it first? Is that what you're saying? You want me to try it and see what happens with my dogs? Let's use my dogs as guinea pigs, especially Asher. Let's use him first. Maybe it'll make him more docile. I doubt it. That might make him worse. Do you think, guys? I mean, I feel like he's worse because I fed him good food. So now the dry food is never enough for him, and he wants our food constantly. And I'm going to tell you, Steve sits in bed at night and eats his little munchies or whatever, and gives each one of the dogs a piece as he has a piece. So I mean, we've created this monster. There's no doubt in my mind where this came from. Funny thing is, my little dog sits back and he waits his damn turn. Now he may growl at the other dogs, but he would never growl at one of us. And he waits his turn because he knows mommy's going to eat first. And if there is some left, then you might get some. But you don't try to take my food. I mean, with Asher, this has gone way too far. You know what I mean? Like, I'm getting angry about it because I feel like he's being very entitled and entitling. You know, I'm not much on it. Yeah, Scott, that's right. Me too. Me too, Scott. I feel that way. I don't think people understand it that don't have animals and that don't have that connection. My stepdad, and it's funny because I feel this way. My stepdad always says he does not like dogs. Like, he will literally say, "I do not like that." Like, he shapes all of that species together and says, "I do not like dogs." So there's no dog ever you would ever like. Like, do you know what I mean? First of all, that's kind of ignorant in my opinion. That's kind of like saying, you don't like any kind of people. So that's stupid, first of all. But second of all, I always wonder about you. If you can say that you don't like animals and you don't like dogs, like, usually it's not a good person. I'm just being flat out. And don't all the people that kind of grow up to be like serial killers and whatnot and psychopaths that have no feeling compassion for others, they start on dogs, like, and cats, or pets, the things they can get a hold of. But yeah, I always wonder about people that don't like animals. Yeah, well, I don't think raw dog food would be a thing for like planning ahead. Like, I started getting canned foods delivered with my dry foods and stacking them underneath. We have our bed up on things, so we stack everything underneath the beds. And I've been getting canned food because they last up to 5 years, which, anything that says it'll last 2 years, most people would at least try to, I mean, you would try to use it past that too, I guess. But I'm also trying to rotate, like, I've been trying to set up my prep so that I'm rotating first in, first out as well. So it's hard because you have to date everything as you're going in, because you think you remember, but you're not going to remember. I can't even remember my name sometimes. Like, I would not remember it. One day I'll tell you guys about it, but I did a lot of damage to my brain during my using. I was in a coma for a week one time, and I'm telling you, ever since I got out from there, and it was in 2007, ever since I got out from there, and it's not the same. And of course, I know that the heavy metals are probably not helping me at all, but I did a lot of this to myself. I don't blame anyone but myself, but I can't remember shit. But I am stocking up on canned foods and not as much on the dry, because the dry does lose its vitamins and stuff quickly. It's not going to last if the bag, you know what I mean? Like, those bags get wet or whatever. It's not reasonable to try to conceal it. You could take a little bit of canned dog food and put it on like rice, because I do a lot of rice because I feel like rice could be a filler for a long time. I feel like it's a good way to get a lot of food for a little bit of money. And you could flavor rice for a long time with that dog food for the dogs. So I feel like that's probably a good thing. Oh, bye, French Files. Thanks for stopping in. We love you, girl. You do a good job. Such a good girl. I wish there were more like you. We need more young women that. Yeah, you can yeah, and freeze it for years. I have a freezer this big though. I have like a regular refrigerator freezer. This house wasn't, the appliances weren't why I did this. They don't. It's not great. I've been trying to get something else for the garage, but I still want another refrigerator and freezer because I want to have a place for my drinks. You know what I mean? You know how people do with anyway waters and all that shit. I'd like to get that out of my refrigerator. So I've been keeping my eye out because you can find them pretty cheap sometimes. It just hasn't been the right one in the right place. Yeah, the rice, and you know what else? And it's cheap to do this. You can get lots and lots of bags of pinto beans and stuff like that. Any kind of beans, black beans, whatever. My concern with the beans and the rice is, and of course, I guess this is it with anything, is you need a lot of water. Like all that stuff takes double the water of whatever it is. You know what I mean? So I worry about the water in that case. He threw a fence. Oh my gosh. You store dry pet food in half-gallon glass jars. Yeah, that's a good idea too, a name. That's a real good idea. Um, I need to get a vacuum sealer and a dehydrator. Last time when we moved here, it was just the end of mango season, and all of my neighbors have mango trees, and they all brought me a bunch of mangoes. And I'm not real big on fresh mango. Um, Lots of Floridians are though. I'm just not. And I could have made a lot of dried mango. I would eat that. I would eat it dried, I think. Let me see if there's anything else. Oh yeah, and when you're dog training your dog, don't do it when you're like, if you just come home from work and you're in a bad mood, or you're stressed out, or you're tired, or whatever. Don't do it at those times of the day. You know what I mean? You're better off to wait and do one good quality session with your dog than you are to do a small session. There's Mister Beautiful there. He hears something. It might be his dad. How long we been on here? Yeah, it might be his dad. 4:30. Did he text me? No. You're good. You're all right, Bubba. So anyway, do it when you are in a good mood and you're ready to do it and have a good time with it. Like try to make it fun. The more fun you make it, and the more treats you involve it, and the more you make it about the praise, the more they'll want to do it every time. Um, they're pleasure driven. I mean, they're animals. And always end on a good note. Like if you're trying to teach them sit or whatever you're trying to teach them, don't stop, in the middle of trying to beat their ass down. You know what I mean? If they don't, do it till they actually do it and then praise them and then quit on that note. You know what I mean? Don't leave it on a bad thing so that the next time you pull out training equipment, your dog runs and hides the other way. Well, that's a good question, sweet Jenna. And that's odd because my daughter did change the dog's name, so I will see. I will see. I don't know about changing their mentality, but maybe it makes them feel like they actually have a new home. You know what I mean? Like, because you're taking that, maybe they don't have enough to figure that one out. But I don't think changing the name hurts. The reason why Jamie did it, because her dog's name was Ambrosia. Like, that flows. So, yeah, I don't think changing their name makes a big difference. All right, that's all the things I wanted to talk to you about for today. That's funny, isn't it? I really just wanted to come on and make sure, see what you guys think about this time. It's probably shitty. What about, is there a time that works better for, of course, the people that aren't here, time would work better for, huh? Hey, Bones, where are you at? I didn't even see you. You snuck in. Oh, there you are. I see you too, Bones. You guys are so funny. We did this little shout out to Adam today with Snafu. I love Snafu. He's so funny. A name is one, two. No, it's not. What are you guys talking about? Are you guys into the gematria? Any of you? And I wanted to ask you guys this. Like, how do you guys feel about this whole Q shit? Like, the truth of the matter is, when I first started watching Adam, I was watching a lot of Q stuff too. And I was watching it with skepticism because I'm one of those people that I don't ever think anything's, you ain't never getting nothing for free, nothing good. Not without working for it and pushing for it. You know what I mean? I just feel like that. But anyway, a lot of the stuff that he was saying was happening. And that's my thing about it. A lot of the stuff is happening. But is it happening? And are they doing that to make you think there's somebody in the inside working for you? Because we all know that they're not. But maybe that was a way to squash the concern and worry in a few of the less, obvious thinking patriots. Because I mean, those people want things to happen right too. Those Q followers, they want something better for this world too. But they think that one guy's going to come in and drain the swamp and send them all to Gitmo. And meanwhile, Hillary Clinton is still killing people. And we all know it. Yes, a name. Yes. And I'm telling you, if you guys don't think we're far enough along that there's more AI running this shit than we are, than humans, I got something to tell you guys. There is way more AI involved in our decisions than we know. Way more. The Lake Coast. What are you saying, Scott? 3:45? Yeah. Oh, where are you, Scott? Where did you say you are? Are you on the East Coast too? And Snafu's Midwest, or no, he's East Coast, Connecticut. Oh yeah, you're one of those Connecticut guys. It's nice up there, huh? It's so beautiful up there. It is really pretty up north. I miss the mountains. I miss seeing mountains. Like I can't say that I don't. They're beautiful, and the snow when you're looking out at it is beautiful. I just don't. I cannot drive in the snow. I'm an idiot female driver in the snow, and I'm not saying that to be whatever. I'm an idiot. I can't do it. I'm a panic person. I don't know if any of you guys are like that. I hate it about myself, but I am a panic person. Like when something bad happens, I panic. I'll be the one standing there not knowing what to do. Bye, sweet Jenna. Are you going? Oh, it's getting ready to get rough for a few hours. Yeah. Yep. And you guys are going to get it harder, I think, than we did. You should do so. You should at least keep us posted, sweet Jenna. Do some videos. Let us know what it's like for you, because it was nothing here. Like I felt like it was ridiculous. We got ready all that time. Yeah, do it, baby. Yeah, yeah, please. Your West Coast name. So it's like 12 something there. See, and if I do it too early, if I do something at like 9 or 10 o'clock in the morning, then the West Coasters, it's like, you know what I mean? It's like 7 a.m. Nobody wants to get up at 7 a.m. and be involved in a live chat. I don't think. Maybe like around noon. Call for backup. Yes. That's me. That's what I do too. In fact, this is kind of funny. One time, Asher was at Steve's mom's house and he fell in the pool. And do you know, I yelled Mark, my ex-husband's name, like 3 times before Steve really realized I was saying I was trying to yell for him, but the name was not coming out of my mouth correctly. And the poor dog just jumped in and sank like a rock. I mean, he didn't have any idea what the water was. And he just walked up and jumped in because his dad was in there. And you know what? He's hated water ever since. and was his own fault. It wasn't like anybody pushed him in. He jumped, but now he hates water. Hey, Tammy. Good to see you. So what do you guys think? What about noon? And it's not going to be all about dogs. Like, I can tell you right now, it's just not. Because I have other things to say that are so much more important than that, too. I mean, I will put some of that in there, and I have been doing research on the 5G. A lot of things I'm finding, and I'm doing some research on what antibiotics you should stop for your dogs, because it is a little bit different than the human. But I've been doing some research on that. Like, I want to bring you those kind of things too, and also maybe some holistic ways. If French Files can bring us some holistic ways for us to eat, and maybe I'll find some ways we can holistically feed our dogs. Because I think all of us, I know for myself, oh my God, little Debbie's going to make fat Laura. I eat shitty. I do eat shitty. I mean, I make good meals, don't get me wrong. And Steve eats a lot better than I do. I eat a lot of fruit. Like this morning, I ate fruit and cottage cheese for breakfast and stuff like that. But I will sit and eat, yeah, I don't even go there. Yeah, Bones, I know. I know. How much are you driving? Are you on the road like a month at a time? Or I don't know how you, how you do it. You're definitely long haul, I think, aren't you? That would be so awesome, though, wouldn't it, guys? Being able to go anywhere. Well, I guess you can't go anywhere. You have to go wherever. Shillette? What is that? Well, are you trying to say detoxing? How do I do that? How do I do that, Scott? How do I detox the heavy metals? Like, I really think I need to because my memory is terrible. I mean, and I don't think it's all, what I've done, too. I do think that I was watching a thing today. Jason Burmis does these great documentaries on different subjects, but one of them was the aerosol. And they're all playing. They're so cute. That's the service dog and the show dog, both working dogs, though. And they have so much fun playing together. They're so sweet. Anyway, see, I could sit and watch that all day. Look at him, so silly. And see, Willow doesn't bark at home. Her dad's never heard her bark because I think she just is not a good home. Yeah. Photobombing me. Yeah. Oh, that sucks, Bones. Scott, how do I detox those metals from my body? Don't make recommendations and go away. Come on. Indiana and Ohio. I've gone through the Midwest, but I've never really like stopped, and I've been like in Wyoming, and I've seen Yellowstone and all that, and like that Moon Desert or whatever it is in Nevada. And my dad and I went on a motorcycle trip when I was like 15 or 16 together, and went out west and went up north and out back. It was really fun, but I was young and I don't remember all of it. But it was really fun. You know what I mean? I wasn't the age I could appreciate what was actually going on there. Like, that was a really great trip. But of course, 15 and 16, I had boys on mine. And there weren't any boys on the back of that motorcycle. And Amy, love it here. Yeah. I love it here in Florida. I do. I probably would not. I don't know how you detox. I've heard a couple people talk about it, but I don't know. We need to work on that. Maybe I'll have to work on doing some of that research. I'm just terrible for research. My boyfriend is so good about it. He'll sit down and do this all day. But I feel like when I sit down and do stuff at the computer, I feel like I work really hard and do all this shit. And then I walk away and nothing's really done, you know? And, because of the dogs, you guys know this place is a mess all the time. My yard is a big dirt pile. So as they run in and out, it's like literally like Charlie Brown where the dog shakes and you can see that dirt. It's really what it's like. And they're running in and out all day. So it's dusty all the time in here. I'm like one of those people, like, I cannot feel that stuff on my floor. It's sand. So I have to clean all the floors every day. You know what I mean? I have to vacuum and dust every day. Heavy greens, cilantro, kale, Swiss chard, mustard greens. That sounds like something I could actually like. Do you have like a recipe you use? Yeah, we'll get a recipe together for that. I like cilantro. I like kale. I like Swiss. I don't know if you're saying Chardonnay. I can put some Chardonnay in there. I really don't drink because of the whole thing we talked about last night. I don't drink. Um, so I guess you guys want me to do more research on the raw feeding and tons of them. Oh, okay. I do like sauerkraut too, Amy. Yeah. I always make sauerkraut when I make my pork roast. I love them. I love that together. Um, yeah, that's nice, Bones. You got a good setup. You're only away from home 3 nights a week. That's not bad. Um, yeah, so I guess I'll work on those two things before tomorrow. And what do you guys think? Like, I would rather do this than post a video because I feel like this, at least I can interact with you guys and we can talk about what we want to learn about. And, um, you know, even if you're just hanging out to hang out, I appreciate that so much. I really do. You guys don't know. I said on the thing for Adam this morning, like, I feel like he opened me up to a family I've never had, and I really appreciate that from all of you and all of him. So it's been really great. And it motivates me. Like, I feel like this motivates me to do better. And I like anything that motivates me to do better. And so that's what you guys are for me. You're a lot of motivation. Like, I want to do better to show you guys, and I want to do better for the dog's health. I want to do better for the prepping. You know what I mean? I want to make my business better. I want to show you guys that you can start from nothing. You can start from absolute scratch, and you can grow a business of your own that you like to do. Because there's something that you do that's valuable to other people. Like, you just have to find what that is, and it's hard sometimes, but good. Frugal, good. I think we all do. Okay. Doomsday Davy, you're the best. Thank you so much. Yeah, because I really liked it. And I'm probably not going to ever take time to make thumbnails for a video, but I do have an intro, and I don't know how to stick it to it. I know that sounds stupid. I don't know, it's not what you say, but I think I need to get a video editor. And Jason told me not to use the YouTube beta thing or YouTube Studio thing. I don't know what you guys think about that either. I don't know what I'm supposed to do. Like, I honestly, this is all new to me. So, um, it's all new to me. Like, this part of it. Oh, a blue heeler pit mix? Dude, that's going to be a good dog. Let me tell you a story about a blue heeler I saw. Um, I used to go to, I mean, you guys know, I used to go to a lot of dog shows and stuff. And we went to this one show that was a working show where they had blue heelers, healing cattle. And this dog got kicked in the head by the bull. And it came out and it had a little split, you know what I mean? And its mom cleaned it up and everything, but it wanted to go back in. Like, it was dying to go back in. So she let that dog go back in. It finished the show in first place. This is going to make you sad. Got in his crate, just like he always does. Happy little camper. They had a little thing on his head, little, you know, like just, you know, whatever, holding his. And he died on the way home. But he wanted to finish that show that bad. That's how determined that dog was to please his owner. Like, I'm telling you, dogs are smart, man. People don't give them enough. All animals. Hey, Snap. Snappy, when's that going to be up? Is that now, or is that something that you're doing later? Yeah, my dog's my best friend too. Yeah, it was so sad a name. But, like, you know, just like I said before, you got to do some of what they like to do. Like, you got to try to do a little bit around what the dog wants. Like, that's their life isn't all about, you know, it's hard sometimes, you know. And I did want to talk to you guys a little about crate training. I go through this a lot with my business and like boarding dogs. And I don't know how some of these dogs have ever been boarded before, because any normal kennel boards any normal like stay kennel puts your animal in some kind of confinement overnight, and typically it's going to be a crate situation. Um, and crate training your dog is not mean. And if you started just like we're starting with Asher with the muzzle and putting treats in the muzzle and having them go in. And if you just start out like that, like putting the treat in the crate and feeding the dog in the crate is a big thing. I always fed Levi in his crate when he was little. And now anytime he gets a treat or something, he runs in his crate. Like he wants to be in there. He likes it. Like sometimes if the other dogs are getting on his nerves, that's what he does. That's how he lets me know. He goes in his crate and he'll sit in there and he'll growl at a dog that comes up to his crate. Like you know what I mean? He means it. He wants to be alone. So crate training with them is not bad. It's open ending now. Great. All right, Snappville. I want to watch, and it's not bad for them. You know what I mean? It's good for them. It's not, and the crate should be about the size of the dog. Like it shouldn't be real huge. Like this, I got this for Levi. It's one of those great big huge ones. Just because I wanted him to have extra room, and he's already potty trained and everything, and he won't go in his crate. But if you're starting out with a puppy, you want to make sure that you kind of graduate the crate with them. Some of the crates have like a sliding thing or a wall that you can move up and back in the crate, so you can get the crate the size of the dog what it's going to be, but not. And it should just be enough room for it to get in, turn around, lay down. It shouldn't have a whole lot of room, because if they have a whole lot of room, they'll designate some poop area for you. If you give them too much room. And Power Director, is it free? What about on my laptop though, Doomsday? I want to do it on my laptop if I can. Hey, Michelle Smith, how are you? I don't think I've seen you in here, right? So good to see everybody. Yeah, maybe I should start a little later. Like maybe, well, see, then I start having pickups. If I start after 4, I worry about pets owners coming, and that's really distracting. Yeah. Yeah, and what's funny, Helen, is you wouldn't believe the people that booked with me last minute for a trip. Like, you didn't think your dog needed a stay before, like a night before? You know what I mean? Like, you didn't think of that? I would be planning my whole trip around where my dog was going to be. And you're right, I can't leave my dog. I mean, Steve and I have discussed it a million times. The only thing we can do is go camping, because there's no way we can leave Asher with anyone. He's too strong. I mean, I would be a mess the entire time worrying about him. I would. And he's a ding dong. He'll run right out in front of a car. He has absolutely no clue a car will hurt him. No clue. So, yeah, I can't really leave mine either. Oh, well, great. You got a notification. Well, that's odd. I think that I probably won't be censored real bad, because what I'm talking about, they don't give a shit about. Of course, I think the bots still go. Look, my shirt says Russian bot, guys. Russian bot. Isn't that funny? You can get those truthclothing.io. That's what I'm saying about Adam doing t-shirts. Like, I buy t-shirts that I'm gonna wear. Like, you know what I mean? I think we should thanks, baby. I think that it would get conversation going. And that's all you really need is start the conversation. Richie from Boston with his t-shirts, and I always want to get one. I missed the chance again because I'm such a ding dong. But he has those ones that says, like, look up. Like, get the conversation started with people. That's really a really good place to start with people. That's so true, because that's something everybody can see, and you can't deny it. And now that they've come out with it, like Harvard and Bill Gates have actually come all the way out and said, we are going to start doing this. There's no denying it, that it's happening. And, I watched the thing this morning I told you guys about, a documentary from Jason Burmis. And these people got tested, and they were in the Midwest, and they got tested for barium, strontium, and aluminum. And all of those numbers were off the charts past any kind of health level that's set by our FDA or whatever, whoever sets it. It's terrible. So we're all getting that, guys. Those people in the Midwest aren't alone. I see this shit over my head all the time. I know you do in Connecticut. I know you do because, Scott, because yeah, I'm sure you probably have watched Richie yourself. I think we all see it. And any of us, I think all of us here also watch Mike Morales. Like, you can't look at that shit from above, and it's an actual crisscross pattern. You cannot look for that. If you are that dumb, you're hiding your head in the sand. Get your head out of the fucking sand. Like, you know what I mean? I feel like shaking these people awake. I get so annoyed. So I don't know, guys. I don't know what any of the answers are. I don't know how we can change the things we want to change. For one thing is, I don't, elections. I don't even know if it's just such bullshit. I don't feel like, it makes a damn bit of difference what we do. I really don't. I think that it's all preset and it's going to be this way. I really do. Never been created or tied up. Vacations bring anxiety. Yeah, Tammy, that's hard. It's really hard. Land reform. Yeah, and they're taking all the land. General strike. Yeah. Yeah, Bones. Yeah, they do. Um, yeah, you should do that, sweet Jenna. Are they going to get hit hard there in on the coast? I got to talk to my sister-in-law. She's in South Carolina. I worry about her. She's not feeling well either. Like, how do you deal with all that stuff you have to do at the store and not feeling good? I worry about her all the time, man. Eat the rich. I saw a thing today about them trying to normalize cannibalism. They said it would cause a lot of it would I forget what they said. See, this is why I can't. Anyway, it's not good. That's not. I mean, we can't be. They're trying to normalize the shit that they want to do. Pedophilia. I mean, they want to normalize the shit of bestiality. I mean, all this sexual things. Like, I don't care what you do in your bedroom. Do it in your bedroom. I don't want to see it. I mean, I don't do that with my man. You know what I'm saying? It's not about heterosexual, gay, straight, or whatever. Do it wherever you're gonna do it. Yeah, it's so weird, baby. Like, and people don't want to know and they don't want to see it. And I get that. Like, I understand that. Like, some of the stuff that's going to come out is so disgusting that you guys, it is bad, and nobody wants to hear it. Nobody wants to know. But we've got to let these people know they're not going to do this to our kids. And they're making it so that this generation growing up right now, being indoctrinated with all this stuff that you can choose to be whatever you want to be. What if I want to be a doorknob, mommy? Well, then you be a doorknob. Like, where the fuck does it end? That's it. That's exactly right, Helen. Exactly right. Yeah. There's a car in the ocean and Myrtle Meet. Oh my God, sweet Jenny, you got to do some updates. You get on the storm. Do some updates for us. You be safe, girl. And you too, Tammy. Where are you going? You leaving too? Oh, okay. 7-foot tidal surge. Oh, ready as you can be. That's what I kept saying, girl. And then it was nothing. Like, not that I was disappointed. That was nothing. I don't mean that, but I mean, I feel like they made us all get BJ's, Walmart, everything was sold out of everything. BJ's looked like it was Christmas Eve. And I feel like they do it on purpose. Gas stations were out of gas. Like, they do it on purpose. They do. I feel like they do. Yeah. Oh, Carolinas. I'm sorry. Yeah. I'm sorry. The hurricane that isn't a hurricane. Yeah. Yeah. Mike Morales is amazing. I do. He is. Hey, do you guys ever watch Florida Maquis? Yeah. Yeah. They must have wanted something in the Bahamas. They did. They wanted something there. They must have. I mean, what else explains that? Yeah. Yeah, me too, Doomsday Davy. I'm right with you. Yeah, we were. Yeah, he's great. He has the. I'll look at that, Jenna. He has the best Antarctica stuff, and he just did this Pentagon, this series on Pentagon. You guys go watch it and see what you think, man. I think he's onto something. Like I really do. All that stuff is like. I'm sorry, I got something coming up. All that stuff is too crazy, right? All those Pentagons cannot line up and it be just happenstance. That didn't just happen. My question is, how does he find that shit? Put a base in the Bahamas. Yeah, I bet they do. I bet they do. Didn't that make you mad? Think of how many people they killed and how many people they displaced. He's finding some amazing. You're right, Helen. I do. I watch. Man, I'm telling you, in his video, yeah, MB333. Yes, he is. He is. Little St. James Island wasn't there though. Like he didn't get hit hard. I watched a report on that. It did fine. It was just the Bahamas. But wasn't that weird though? I thought that that's what was going to happen. I thought that they were going to say, "Oh, guess what? The island got demolished and all the evidence got demolished." I really thought that was coming. Yeah, I saw that, Helen. I mean, those faces and the that big creature, and I mean, he must sit and look at his computer until his eyes hurt every day. Like that's all I. And he is so articulate and puts things together so well. Yeah, he's playing a squeaky toy. He's just a, you love. He's just an irritating dog, but I love him all to death. What are you doing? What are you doing, Willow? They're not used to me not paying attention to them for this that much time. They kind of like it. I think I'm not telling them what to do. Anyway, guys, I should probably go. I gotta make dinner. I cooked for 23 years of my marriage now. Like, I can't anymore. Yeah, there's definitely something there. And they definitely want something there. And they're definitely, I think, I know I did have you guys watch W7. I know you probably have. And those electric or like those pulses that are coming from the Arctic and coming out every once in a while for just anomalies, some strange reason. Like I think they're trying to melt something there and find something underneath it there. And I think there's a lot of resources there. And I wonder, they just said something about yesterday about naming a new continent, an eighth continent. I do wonder all the time if there's more land out there we don't know about. Because like, guys, how would we know? How would we know? Unless you're a pilot or someone who has absolutely flown around the world, how would you know what is true and what isn't? We only know what they've told us, and everything they've told us has been bullshit. Like, how do you know? I feel like nothing I know is real. I feel like nothing I know is real, and I feel like it's all wrong. And I feel like my daughter's education is bullshit. I mean, I do. I feel like she's been indoctrinated to the point where she can't even make a decision for herself. She can't even critically think anymore. And I'm telling you, between the fluoride and what's coming down in the air, we're doing this to our own population. And you know, it makes me wonder, who are those fucking pilots? That's who we need to be doxing. We need to be doxing them pilots because they know what they're doing. They sure do. They sure do. Yeah, and Jamie went to the most liberal college, FGCU. In fact, Dave, uh, Common Sense Show. His name is Dave, and see, this is what happens to me. I totally know his name. Common Sense Show. That's all I can tell you, Dave. Anyway, he did a story about how liberal Jamie's college was when she was in there. They had the first sexual, transgender classes. They had the first ones. What do you mean a name? What are you talking about, a name? You think maybe we're in a sphere? Hodges. Thank you, Michelle. Thank you, Michelle Smith. Yes, it was right on the tip of my tongue. I've watched him a million times. It just wouldn't come out. Yeah, I know somebody. I get that, Helen. And it's just like the guy that came up with the atomic weapon. He said I knew it was doing something bad, but if I didn't do it, somebody else was. And I get that too. But this is something that's different. They're killing Mother Earth. That documentary I saw today showed the trees that were dying on the top sides where the metals are coming down on them, and it's preventing their leaves from doing their thing and making oxygen. So we're not only killing, I mean, we're killing everything, obviously. And trees in the sun are some of the most basic things we need to live. And they are trying, why are they doing it? Like, that's my question. Who would want to kill the whole earth? Like, don't they have to live here later? Like, that's what I don't understand. Why are they doing it? Your chat keeps stopping, Bones. Are you driving right now, Bones, maybe? You probably are. Expecting your phone to keep up with you while you're on the road. I want you to call in my show. I want to talk to you on the phone and have you beep everybody for me. I want to get a ham radio, but again, it's money, guys. You know what I mean? Like, I have so many things I have to do, so it is what it is. When I get stuff, I get stuff because the stuff that I need for my business is important. And the dirt out there, I talked to a company that does reclaimed football field turf, and they sell it in big, big rolls. And I'm gonna take the part of my yard that's just dirt, and my man, he does pools and stuff, so his ass gets gravel and everything, and I'm gonna make it flat for it, and um, just put that shit out there and pray for the best. I mean, it's made for water and stuff like that, and I know it'll get bad over time too, but it'll at least help for now. And then I'll have like a big grassy square on one side, and I'll have a football field of grass on the other side. So it'd be kind of funny, but at least maybe it'll help with the dirt and the grime coming in, because I'm spending every waking hour doing that. Every waking hour. Like, I feel like, especially when I have like over 7 or 8 dogs, like it's the minute I'm done, one doesn't want to go out, and then the next, I mean, it's like, and they all out, all in. They're, they're a mess. I'm in Central Florida, but right on the coast, like on Melbourne. But like, it's like that has the little island or peninsula that hangs off the coast. I'm on the riverside, so then there would be water, land, and then the ocean. So as the crow flies, like a mile from the ocean, but the way I have to drive it, because I have to go over the O'Galley Bridge, so it winds up being. But I go to Paradise Beach when I go, so that's like where the beach is that I go to, and it takes me literally 5 minutes from getting in the car to getting out of the car there. So it was supposed to hit us right on, and I mean, it was literally nothing. I mean, I was gonna stay up and watch it because I wanted to be like the hurricane watcher, but there was nothing to. I mean, it was nothing. It was senseless for me to stay up, so I went to bed. Oh, you're getting loaded right now. Has you pessimistic of oil because of oil? I do wonder about that. Like, how they're pulling all this or oil out of the earth. Like, isn't don't you think that would naturally? Oh, okay. I wonder what happened to you, Scott. Um, don't you think that those earthquakes and things could be coming from some of that? Like, obviously, if you're sucking so much out of the earth and you're not putting anything, well, even if you did put something back, it wouldn't be the right density, the right. This is like, I don't know how we expect the earth not to have earthquakes and things happen like that. Like, I feel like that stuff has to be related. Hey, Tina, in Fort Myers, that's where my daughter is. Oh my God, and they rode bikes over? Well, I think they'll be okay over there. That's where my daughter is, though. She went to FGCU in Fort Myers. So that's, usually when they go to college somewhere, they wind up getting jobs there and then they wind up staying there. So I was glad because it was Fort Myers, not that far away. Because I moved here from Delaware pretty much because of her. She was staying with my mom. And yeah, that's pretty much why I moved here. And then she moved and went to college. So I'm here with my mom, which I need to be. And my dad's getting older. My dad lives with my brother. So we all live here. My mom came first. My mom and dad are divorced. My mom came first with her husband. And then my brother came because he's a mama's boy. And then my dad came because he got separated from his second wife. And then I came because I got clean. I told my mom she should have turned off her GPS so none of us could find her. But yeah, so I moved down here to be with everyone and be with family. And I thought it would be a lot different being that I was a different person, but it wasn't. Like it's just not. It isn't. Like my family is one way and I'm the other. It's like we're complete polar opposites. So it's been a little bit. Yeah, name. Yeah, yeah, exactly. Yeah, our parents are important as they age, and I want to be here for them. Not the kid they want to be with, though. Like, my brother has to take care of my dad, and unfortunately, I am on Discord, but I don't know what group to be in. Bones. I mean, I don't know how to even choose the group. I have to go and look up. I have to look at it, but I want to be. Yeah. Um. Yeah. 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 Doomsday Davy. We're having a lot of problems with pollution down here. A lot of problems, and a lot of problem with dead zones. I saw there's a new dead zone in the Chesapeake Bay. Um, I pay attention a little bit to what happens in, up there because it's Delaware. I have some people there still, friends and so forth. So, um, yeah, there's a new dead zone there with it. Nothing is alive there. That nothing will live in that area. So we're literally killing our earth, state and country. Yeah, gas, water, gold, diamonds, metals, all removed so much. We wonder why Mother Earth is turning against us. Amen, Helen. Amen. I think a lot of us in this genre are not, because we're truthers. I think it does lead us to also want to have the truth about our health and our bodies and our earth you know what I mean? I think we as a group are more compassionate about Mother Earth and what kind of footprint we're leaving here. Um, Not that I agree with like this Green Deal or whatever that was. That's some stupid shit. But I do think we should be a little bit more worried about what we're doing. And I do believe that we go into countries because they want their shit. And you know what? I want to know what's in that Pope's little house. I want to know what he's got. He's got so many historical records and artifacts that we don't even have privy to see. Who gives him authority of earth to hold all those things captive and not let any of us see them? He'll take something right out of your country and say it's not yours and take it to the Vatican. Like, what is that? We have great leaders and helped me get into the Michigan Discord. I will try harder, Tina. It is the devil. You're right. And I don't know, how many people here are Christian or whatever you are. It doesn't matter. Like I said last night, it doesn't really matter what we believe. It's because they do believe in Satan. And believe me, there's a lot of, yeah. I've seen a record of a lot of scientists that have just, they actually do. They went to the Lord because they knew. There's nothing in they can do. I mean, everything that they have to do is a theory. Gravity is a theory. Big Bang, a theory. These are all theories. None of them have been proven to be fact. They come to us every day with something new. How about when they told us the moon was in our atmosphere? Like, how many times have they told us that they had to get through that belt to get to the moon? And that's what was wrong with everything overheating when it was going through the Van Allen belt, right? But now the moon is inside our atmosphere. What? We will never know what that church holds. You're exactly right, Helen. And that pisses me off. And it pisses me off they removed books from the Bible. Have y'all read Enoch? Ooh, go read Enoch. The reason they took that stuff out of the Bible, I feel like, is because it took, like, if you all read Enoch and know what God truly wanted for, especially like women, like coloring you don't need to go out. Y'all need to go outside. I'm sorry, guys. I'm sorry. Come on. Yeah, I'm really sorry, guys. Yeah, I gotta go because I got work I have to do. My dog owner's gonna start coming. I'll start earlier tomorrow. I love talking about all this stuff with you guys too. Like I really do, and I feel like some of this brainstorming is really what we need. Like we need to all get together, talk about, what we think the major goals should be of maybe even, um, maybe the big umbrella or maybe just a couple of us channels like that we want to get involved in or we want to do to help or to try to make changes. But we can't make changes if we don't discuss the problems. So let's get together and discuss the problems. That's it. Hey, Dustin. Love that name. That's cute. All right, guys. Well, I love you so much. I hate to go, but I got to. Um, Dave, I'll get to my email and see what's up with that. Yeah, it's really nice. And we don't always have to have a goal of the chat of the thing. You know what I mean? It's not always going to be like about dogs or whatever. It might be. You know what I mean? It's just going to be whatever comes out of my mouth. And I'm always as surprised as anyone else. I put my foot in my mouth a lot. Oh my God, guys. I, just a simple one. I went into an estimate one time with my ex-husband, and the paint job was like fucking ridiculous on this house, right? I said this too. My 8-year-old daughter. I said, I hope you didn't pay your painter. And the guy looks at me and goes, I'm the painter. We didn't get that job. The whole way home, my ex-husband was like, you should, why would you say? But I learned ever after that, I kept my mouth. And it's so hard for me to keep my mouth shut. Oh God, don't put me in a court case. Oh my word, I am straight hick when it comes to stuff like that. Like I'm sorry, I'm loud in the mouth. It is, but yeah. Well, yeah. You guys had fun, right? I agree with that, Helen. The Bible we have, it doesn't come close. I agree with that. If you guys have ever watched Richie from Boston, he has one of the oldest ones. Okay, guys. Well, you guys can keep chatting. Um, I wondered about that. When I cut that off, can you guys still chat like if you want to, or am I cutting you off? Yeah, do thumbs up on your way. Always forget to say like, share, subscribe, or don't. I like how Richie does that. It's funny. But I'm not about it. Like, I just want, this is not about like getting to some certain number or anything with me, guys. I just want to have that. So I love you guys very much. And you guys have a great night. And I'm sure I'll see you guys on somebody else's stream later, or in the morning when I wake up. So my dog's moaning at me. I love you guys. Bye.